Hi guys, in for today's video, I'm going to give you my review for Absolute Batman issue number 1. Without further ado, let's begin with the review. Okay, so if you're unaware or if you need a refresher or a catch up, the DC has launched a new universe called the Absolute Universe, which is their equivalent to Marvel's Ultimate Universe, and I am going to be reviewing Absolute Batman issue number 1. So the issue opens up with a young Bruce at a zoo and him admiring the bat exhibit or the bat display exhibit, whatever. And he's with his class and his teacher. And then we cut to modern day with the Absolute Universe version of Alfred making his way to Gotham. He's just arrived in Gotham on his motorcycle, and he's of course an MI6 agent. This version of Alfred is not the butler, not your traditional Alfred. He's not a butler. This version of Alfred is a grizzled MI6 badass agent, and he's assigned to, report in and spy on Gotham to see how Gotham's doing, and also to basically watch their target, that being the Batman. And so Alfred arrives in Gotham. He makes his way to his secret place where he gets his weapons, and he's just checking in on Gotham, and Gotham is being terrorized by the Black Mask Gang, or basically I think the Black Mask Gang, or they're called another name, the Animal Gang or whatever, but I call them the Black Mask Gang because they're affiliated with the main villain of this first arc of the comic, that being Black Mask. But basically Alfred is, doing searching up information on the Black Mask Gang and them terrorizing Gotham. And also Alfred's trying to reconnect with his daughter Julia, who lives in Gotham, but Alfred is assigned the task to just, watch over Gotham, spy on their target, that being the Batman, and also keep an eye on these, Black Mask Gang as well. And then we cut to Croc's Gym. The Croc's Gym is owned by this universe version of Waylon Jones, and we see our Absolute version of Bruce just training there, and it turns out that he's best friends with this version of Waylon Jones, who in this universe is not Killer Croc. In fact, this version of Batman / Bruce grew up with most of his rogues gallery, that being Riddler, Killer Croc, Catwoman, and Penguin. So in this universe, his childhood friends are basically most of his rogues gallery from the Prime universe that we know, and in this universe who haven't become the iconic villains that we know. But basically, Bruce is training, and then he's reminiscing of the past, and then we eventually cut to the Maronis and the Falcons at their tower or building, meeting Black Mask. And then they're talking about some deal about, how, they've been, ruling Gotham, or they think they're ruling Gotham, but in reality, Black Mask is the one pulling the strings and ruling Gotham. And we see Black Mask's enforcers basically, shows up, and then Black Mask shows, the Maronis, basically his head collection, which is his dead victims of the Maronis and Falcons, and then he's like, you're my next victim. And so basically he has his enforcers basically kill the remaining Maronis and Falcons and basically add to his head display or collection. And then we eventually cut to a speech by Mayor Jim Gordon. So in this universe, Jim Gordon is the mayor of Gotham, and his daughter Barbara is an officer. But basically, Jim is reassuring the people of Gotham that the police and him are trying their best to stop the Black Mask Gang, and that they're trying to keep order in Gotham, they're trying to keep the peace, and that they're doing their best. But a lot of people in Gotham are very, very opinionated, and they basically lost faith in Gordon and the cops and the justice system. And even one of these speakers is actually Bruce's mother, Martha Wayne, and she actually speaks us up for Gordon, saying that, Gordon and the GCPD are trying their best to stop these gangs, trying to keep the peace, trying to, save civilians. And then eventually we cut to the Black Mask Gang showing up at the Mayor Gordon speech, and just basically about to kill some people and basically cause a riot. And then we see Bruce in action, getting ready in action. He's donning his cowl, or his bat cowl, or basically he's getting ready to basically go fight the gang, the Black Mask gang, and he's suiting up. And then we cut to, Mayor Gordon's trying to, trying to have the rest of the GCPD basically protect as many citizens. And then we see Alfred is, watching by, and he's observing the gang, and he's telling his boss, or basically his handler or whatever, to basically, should I go in? And then they told him, stand by until the Batman shows up. And then we see, the Black Mask gang are killing people, and eventually one of them basically kills Jim Gordon, or Mayor Gordon, and Barbara's in shock about her dad, basically took the bullets for her. And then basically Jim's last word is to, save the people, forget about me, just save as many people as you can. And then once, the chaos and havoc is, ensuing, freaking Batman shows up, and boy, he is a big boy. Like, no kidding. Like, he is a beefy big boy. Like, he is jacked. He is really jacked. He's the Batman who lifts. Basically, he's basically the Batman who lifts. This version of Batman is called the Batman who lifts by the fans. But the point is, Bruce shows up as Batman, and he's about to say, and then he traps one of the Black Mask gangs. Then he shows up for real and basically beats the crap out of the gang. And then we see Alfred is observing. He's almost about to cut in. And then we see Bruce / Batman is about to fight this big enforcer, Black Mask enforcer, or this big guy. And then Batman, the Bat logo, it may look funny, but it turns out the Bat logo turns into a freaking battle axe, and then freaking Bruce just chops off, the big enforcer's guy's hand off, and it's really shocking but cool at the same time. And we see Bruce using his the bat ears from his cowl, and they turn into basically batarangs, and then he, knocks some thugs out, but not killing them. This version of Batman, thank God, does not kill. This version of Batman doesn't kill, thankfully. And so Bruce, incapacitates the guards, and then once the people, are safe, Alfred shows up, and then he's basically, he's basically telling Bruce that you showed quite promising, but you need to be stopped, or I have orders to stop you. And Bruce manages to incapacitate Alfred, and then basically retreats. And then we cut to Alfred basically narrating about Bruce's origin, and basically saying that we see Alfred is narrating about Bruce's origin. We found that Bruce's father, Thomas Wayne, in this universe, again, I forgot to explain it in the video, but this version of Batman is not rich, not wealthy. His parents are not rich, so this Batman is more or less, he's a low class, income man, and he works at, he works at various jobs, but he's basically a standard income worker Batman. But basically, Alfred explains that Bruce's origin, and about his father being a teacher, and one day Bruce won a school prize for his class to go to a field trip to the Gotham Zoo. And we found out this version of Bruce always had a fascination towards bats, always liked bats. And we see his father, Thomas Wayne, who is his school teacher, basically takes him to the zoo. And then we found out there's a mugger, or basically a shooter there, and Thomas, being a teacher, basically puts all the kids and even his son Bruce into basically the bat exhibit, or the bat exhibit room. And then we see Thomas, of course, gets shot. And then we see Bruce showing up to none other than his mother's apartment. And in this universe, Bruce's mother is alive, and she's not dead, she's alive. And it really shows you that this origin for Batman is really unique, and really changes the Batman mythos that we know from the main Prime universe. And it's very interesting that Thomas Wayne died, and Martha Wayne basically lived, but also giving you that Spider-Man parallels of, you know, Aunt May, and also, you know, being alive and basically being the sort of moral compass to Spider-Man. And here, Martha is, you know, Bruce's moral compass, but also it shows you a different view and origin to this new Batman in this new universe, which I really do like and appreciate. And we see, and once Alfred's done narrating, Bruce visits his mother, and then he says, yeah, you know, he was visiting, you know, where, you know, his father was shot, and then she says sorry, and then they, you know, hug each other, and then we cut to one of Bruce's hideouts, which is essentially a bat cave up in an abandoned building in Gotham, and we see Alfred shows up, and Alfred's like, look, you are dangerous, but also you're very smart, you're great at fighting, but I'm gonna have to kill you, or basically I'm gonna have to stop you. I have a mission here. And basically Alfred shows up with this really cool like weapon, shotgun weapon, and basically Bruce just like basically just knocks Alfred out. And then, oh, I forgot to mention earlier, I forgot to mention this. Bruce actually took the shotgun earlier from Alfred when during, you know, I forgot to mention earlier when the whole Jim Gordon speech, Mayor Jim Gordon speech, and when the Black Mask gang invaded, Bruce took Alfred's, you know, weapon and basically modified it, and then Bruce basically shoots Alfred in the face, and it turns out it was non-lethal. Bruce modified, you know, the gun to be non-lethal, and Alfred's like, you son of a bitch. And then we cut to Bruce steals Alfred's bike, and then we see Alfred, you know, is, you know, back at his base in Gotham, and he's talking to his supervisor or his superiors about his mission failed in Gotham. But, you know, his supervisor says that stay in Gotham. We need you to stay in Gotham a little bit more, but we do have leads on the target that you were supposed to catch. And then we see, you know, two helicopter pilots, you know, talking, and they're talking about this, one of the richest men in the world, and that he doesn't laugh. He's really serious. And the joke is that people call him the Joker. So we meet this universe version of the Joker, who's not insane, but doesn't laugh. And he's called the Joker because he doesn't joke. And oh my gosh, guys, what a great start to the Absolute Universe. Scott Snyder did a fantastic job on this book, and did a fantastic job of giving us a new version of Batman, giving us a new origin, new elements, fresh elements to the Batman mythos, and just a fresh start in general to this universe. And this was a great, solid issue and first start of this universe, and a good Batman story in general. I highly recommend you guys picking this up if you're new to reading comics, or if you want to get into DC Comics. I highly recommend starting with this issue of Absolute Batman, and then also if you want to read the rest of the Absolute Universe, pick up the rest of the Absolute Universe books. I do plan on covering the rest of Absolute Universe. I plan on doing a review of Absolute Wonder Woman, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you guys like and enjoy my review for Absolute Batman issue number 1. Again, I plan on reviewing more of the Absolute Universe, and again, I'm planning on reviewing Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, and the rest of the Absolute Universe, so stay tuned for that. And I plan on covering more content on the channel. I have more videos planned on the channel. I'm going to continue my Arkham Asylum Let's Plays. Stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for more content in general on the channel. Also, make sure to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you'll be really supporting me as a content creator and really supporting the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.